Hello, greetings everyone. How are you doing today? Welcome to my channel. Today's question is, are slaves in the Bible? Now, before we can answer that questions, please remember, if you're new to the channel, to like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell so you'll be notified. And let's get to it. So, I'm sure some of you out there have wondered, be like, well, are slaves in the Bible? Yes. Now, let's break down that word slave. Usually, the word slave has a very negative connotation because of what we know about history, the transatlantic slave trade, the Islamic slave trade, and all that stuff. So, when you hear the word slave, it has a negative connotation. But to simply put, even the word slave is not correct. The actual correct word is servant. Right? A servant is someone who serves. Now, if you look at the word slave, it has become a word that's used to reference a servant. But the origin of the word slave comes from the Slavs, which are a European tribe in Europe. Once upon a time, they were conquered by a foreign nation, and after the conquest, they were taken over, and they became servant to that empire. So over the years, over the centuries, the word for servant and slave was synonymous, right? So when someone thought of a slave, they thought of a servant, right? It became like a byword, like the N word was, which come from the Latin word Niger, which means black, but the word here in the West has become a derogatory word. I don't want to say out loud because I may get flagged. So I'm using an example of how a word may have an origin, but over the years transform and loses its original meaning and become a derogatory word. So the word slave comes from the Slavs, or Slav people, and you can do your own studies. Now, throughout the scriptures, the word slave does not appear. Most of the time, it's servant, servitude, to serve. Now, I'm going to ask you the question. Is serving negative or positive? Right? When you serve your boss, when you serve your employer, right? When you serve your parents, when you serve your children, when you serve your wife, when you serve your husband, when you serve your brother or sister or fellow neighbor, is that negative? I'll leave that to you. But to that question, are slaves or servants in the Bible? Yes, they are. And the Bible gives you context, the good and the bad. But I know why most people ask those kind of questions. But if you have any opinion, please remember to leave them below in the comments. I'll make sure to read them. And be clever with your comments because censorship is at all-time high. So thanks again for stopping by. And if you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace and be safe. All right.